Today, we finally found the most toxic discard card in Standard, forcing our opponent to discard up to 5 cards as soon as turn 4. And, well, let's just say that we did it more than once. And you know what? It was just a start. So guys, our opponent is spamming sleep emote since turn 1, however they are playing journal, so you know what? I'll give it a pass. We need red mana, but we also need blue. I think we just need to pay, because normalize is super important here on this turn. Listen, if you play cards as cool as this, you get a pass. You get a pass. Let's see what the deck is. Okay, I don't want them to -3 because they will get 2 for 1, and this is more of an our thing, you know. But we definitely would love to see a small creature so we can use this Lightning Helix and buy a turn. But we'll see if we can. They must play Artifact at least. Okay, this is probably our least favorite creature, but this is Sorcerer, so they cannot activate it if we do it now. Yeah, let's go. So, not the perfect play. Of course, they get the card, but they wanted to sacrifice and draw the card. So we kind of denied them the card this way. And the card is a land, and I believe they played one so far. Yeah, so they actually wasted everything from this. This was their big play. Oh, I like the idea. So they vacuum their own stuff. As long as we don't get mana screw, because as you can see we don't really have any options and any plays, so that's probably not the best situation. I really hope we won't get stuck on 4 mana literally before we can play the Omens. So we need to draw something important now. And okay, you know what, this actually does the work. So guys, let's enjoy, because our opponent will literally lose the whole hand right now. 4 colors? Well, that means 4 cards. Unfortunately, they only have 3. And here we go. This is better, isn't it? Alright, so they will probably go for the 1/1, I would guess, unless they draw something. This is okay, because they can sacrifice it to Journal. I like the idea of the deck. Very cool. I try to make stuff like this happen, but Journal is very slow. But if you can, maybe you can make something with it. I think there's some potential. However, you will see why very often you don't see it. Oh, this player draws. This only takes damage, thank you. And so it starts, the coolest part of the game, where our opponent lost all the cards, and we are just drawing more and more and more. If they don't activate a vacuum, we can defeat it. Okay, there is a chance we'll just go for the journal, because this is the only way they are drawing cards, it seems. And they probably only have, they only have 4 in the deck, which means that if we remove it, they probably won't redraw the next one. We could discard, but honestly, we don't care. I don't think we care. Together as one? No, we go for defeat. Because without this card, this deck does nothing, and this is the weak part. Because if you know how those decks work, they usually have like one big engine. Weapons manufacturing is good if you get it early game, but now they won't have cards, and they won't deal, they need 13 tokens to kill us. And believe me, they are not getting them. Oh, that makes, this is even easier. Okay, we need to actually plan the turn. So, do we even kill this? Do we even kill? I mean, it's kind of fun to have them with nothing. Okay, so I will. I'm a little bit of a sucker to just get rid of everything my opponent does. Yeah, it is a nice deck. It is a very, very cool deck, my friend. They are not keeping cards in the hand. Maybe we'll get 1 with this, but I don't think at this point we need. We'll just go together as 1 and keep getting more and more and more. We have white, black mana. This should be good. We can draw a card, don't forget. So maybe we get something cool we want to play instantly. Like, for example, together as 1. Okay, this was actually brutal, bro. This was so brutal. 4 damage, 4 life gain, 4 cards. And the engine never stops. Oh, a land for me? Thank you. We don't have white mana, so we cannot normalize, so we just play it tapped. Oh, we need to get rid of something. Fortunately, we drew way too many Days of Judgment, so, We can get rid of one, and they are not even trying, and that's the right call. Well, well, well. Here we go with 1-drops hitting face. The draw can be very good, but we need to draw at least one more land, because then we can activate stock up and kinda recover. I really hope they will attack and pump, because that will cost them full turn, and we actually have perfect counterplay. So I need to click quickly. Hopefully they won't see priority, which means that I need to prepare the play faster. I think I did it too. I didn't want to overclick. So, do we? We won't be able to kill the next creature then. But if they had Challenger, they would play it faster. It's 1 damage. They already got 1. Let's see. Because there could be the Razorkin thing. See? That I first thought about Challenger, but they would cast it pre-combat. And I thought, what is the different 2-drop that is scary? And I thought about this, and that's why we kept removal. If they don't pump, usually it means they have something, because the pump is so juicy, you know? And do we stock up? We could just try to go into sweepers. The only way to punish, I will explain. Inevitable defeat, we have all the mana colors, right? Yeah, so it's kinda good. Lands are also amazing. So it's between land and inevitable defeat, but I think this should be better. It should buy us time. And, you know, we still are drawing normal cards. I was talking about something, but I needed to focus so hard on those decisions that I completely forgot what I was saying. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting smoked by a lizard. Since many years, actually. I realized that it's like Bloomborough card. It's been so long, man. They didn't push more creature. Okay, oh, I remember. Because the only way to punish you for tapping out as control is that they drop the big bombs. And they only have creature big bombs, which kinda means they have 3 toughness, so we can kill this and they probably won't respond with a burn. If they had 2 toughness, this can prevent 3 life gain, which actually makes it a lightning bolt. So this is what I was thinking about. We can kill it or counter it. This is important. How do we deal with this? We have 3 answers. We can use this, but this is really good card for the matchup. This can draw cards later. If we draw a land, we can cast it and draw cards, which will give us the 6th land and win the game. I think that's the play. Okay, they are fully tapped. Of course, they will try to attack. We could also prevent all the damage, but it will be expensive. We have to do it. Let's do it. We basically negate all the damage. The cool part is that with inevitable defeat and together as one, we have so much life gain that it's not easy to push through, you know, everything we have. And we save this counter spell. And this is the cool part about Control, man. Those small plays, like we will get 2 extra cards because we decided to use this and not the counter spell. And I think a lot of Control players would just smack the counter spell because it feels so perfect against creature that, you know, doesn't really die and it transforms into land. And, you know, it's expensive. It's like the dream come true, you know? I think we need to kill it at the end step. Because we need to make sure that we have counter spell guard, and they're really pushing it. Okay, you convinced me. If they pay so much mana, for 3 mana they cannot play Ojer. Because don't forget, this is our last exile. If they drop Ojer, it stays, and it's a disaster. I guess we can kill it with Together, but we need to draw the right card. Fortunately, we managed to find a moment when we have everything. So now we are ready with the counter spell. I'm not countering any burn. Burn can stay. And guys, if you are playing Control against this type of deck, you generally don't counter stuff that is temporary. You counter stuff that is permanent. You know, we call it permanent. Because this gives them, you know, 2 damage. Nothing more. They don't get cards, they don't get a head and board, and on the next turn after they play this, they get nothing out of this. This doesn't exist in the game anymore. But if they drop Needlehead, well, you take damage every single turn. It's like lightning strike on every single turn, basically. So, you know, it quickly stacks. And this is how aggro decks work generally. They basically... we need to counter. They basically trade temporary damage to remove blockers, so the permanents can keep hitting you and basically create burn every turn. This is the logic and the beauty behind those aggro decks. Because, I can appreciate aggro deck on principle. Very cool strategy. The problem is that the games are so short, there's not too many decisions, and it makes the game a little bit dice rolly then. Let's go for the Verge. We should have enough. We draw here. We do. I hope it's 5. Black, white, blue, red. And this is the missing one. Let's go. Okay, guys. That should be... Man, we live game so much this game. This is actually crazy how much we live game. I'll just keep this because it's untapped, and we probably can use it for colors, so we never pay life for it. Bastronaut. I have to comment, our opponent is fighting like a freaking clown until the end, and they still have a chance, so it's a good calculation, And as I try to praise them, they just main phase activated and forget that, it's tapped. Listen, guys, I tried. I tried to be supportive. We play this and we win the game, because now we can counter the next play. And we can redraw, and with Together as One, we'll never die. Man, that was a very interesting game from start to finish. We really were pressured. I think we made some really good decisions, getting rid of Needlehead instead of the Lizard, and also answering Ojer perfectly. Don't tell me they will also rope. Man, I'm trying so hard to be nice to aggro decks, and they just make sure that it's just impossible. All right, it's interesting they have this, so they probably have this dual card that bounces, and the Viper. Okay, so we will cut, they will rope, the classic. Okay, guys, so I'm having the blast here, and our opponent, of course, fully roped, so here's your honk for the dead roping mono red. I thought there would be explosion. In my mind, it was just epic explosion, and now it's a little bit awkward, So we'll make it less awkward by just hitting face, the classic. Let's go for the next rope. Okay, and this should be the explosion, so see ya. Okay, now better. Well, getting duress, the classic. I think it's Tablet of Discovery. Together as One is another option, and 3 Steps Ahead is also another option, but Tablet is just really quick card that, speeds us up so much. And suddenly they need to play around, big cards so much earlier than normally. Like when you go from 3 to 6 directly, like that's kinda insane. We cannot really beat, counter Cornucopia, but we will have 3 Steps Ahead. They know about it, unfortunately, and it seems we might get mana screwed. There is an argument to just cycle cards, which is horrible play. It's actually horrible play, because this is one of the best cards for the matchup. So I have to take the risk. It paid off, but that was really high risk. Absolutely dead card. We have 4 cards that are not for the matchup. So we actually have only 2 cards in the hand. So we are losing on value against opponent that has less cards, probably. Unless they also have this type of draw, which is a little bit of an upside, if that's the case. Okay, we are actually drawing like a beast. If we can counter and draw cards, that's very different. And they know that we are so close to casting Together as One. The only question is, do they have counter spells? They play like they do. It seems they have counter spells, to be honest. And that's not great, because we will have to tap out fully for 3 Steps Ahead, which means if they have 2 mana counter spell, they will win the war. I'm going for it. They won't have too many permanents, and I need to make sure that we win, or we don't lose too hard the mana wars. Oh man, so if our opponent is keeping this type of mana, I expect 2 mana counter spell. It's probably Phantom Interference or Exhale. No, it should be Exhale, because they should play Marang in this deck. So I think this will be Exhale. But maybe we have to risk it anyway. Because otherwise, how are we ever winning? Like, our draw is really bad. We drew mostly cards bad for the matchup. If they cast something, I would be the happiest person ever, especially if we get land from the top. And probably only then. They have something, but it's an instant. You cannot check counterspell this way, because counterspell gets priority only when there's spell on the stack. So we could cast it. They know about it. That's the problem. They know about it. So I think it's too risky. They don't have oh, but they have duress. Alright, whatever. I think this won't work. No, thank you. Thank you. Interface. I think this will be exhaled. But I have to take the risk. No way! No freaking way, man! Oh my god, this is actually glorious. I will just go like this. Yeah, this is the way. I still want to have one sweeper in case something very weird happens. Like, I don't know. They make onslaught or something that makes X creatures as the win con or something along those lines. So they're trying to dig for card. It's main phase, so this is desperation phase. And if we can get omens, bro, that will be massive. And we have more than one. Man, they're actually not even trying to counter anything. They are trying to find the answers. Main phase, tapping literally everything. Love it, because I think we'll go with omens now. We'll get so many cards. I'm excited for this one. Oh yeah, yes, because we will need 2 to get them to 0. Okay, this is actual perfection. Guys, look at this. 5 mana, pay everything, 5 cards to be discarded. And this is just the first one. We'll do it again. Oh yes, this is the type of, gameplay I hoped for. Oh man, doesn't this look better? Look at the amount of value they just wasted. Of course, the removal spells aren't so good, but 3 steps ahead and flow state, this already is devastating. I will just pay. Well, we need to finish the job, guys. Let's finish the job, and we have counter spell, so they cannot prevent it. They are losing everything on this turn, and there is nothing they can do about it. Oh, I love it. I actually love this card right now. Nope, you are losing the hand. No, 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 no. This card, please. This card, please. This is when, in paper, people stop playing against you and they leave the table. And then they start talking about you. Oh man, this was so brutal. Actual, complete, like, pure savage, man. I cannot imagine we discarded them so hard. Okay, so we overdrew lands right now, that's for sure. I will take Surveil, which means we can go for the Shrine. Okay guys, so our opponent is playing Professor. I will counter it and I will explain in a second. Because I don't know if you're hearing, I have so many noises in the background. I tried to wait them out, and unfortunately our opponent, I will apologize because I had to wait it out. I hope you don't hear it, but it's been a plague in the last days. And every time I'm recording, there's so many noises outside that I just need to, basically cut the video out, out of those. So our opponent is roping, that's fine, absolutely deserved, it's on me. Okay guys, let's go with Thundering Falls. Even though we had really good run with those spells, now we are kinda struggling for the value, so I will just go for the, the mainland, especially that we have Helix, and we'll start hitting the face. I see no priority, which means we can get extra damage by casting it right now. And I mean, that's lethal on the next turn. As you can see, it happens very rapidly. From 8 directly to 2. And next turn, I mean, it's a kill. Seems that our opponent missed the turn. I don't think they have any place. So we'll just swing face and claim our victory. So that was a freaking wild game, man. Alright, guys. Man, no more... I was just thinking, no more lives is... Like, we need to appreciate this card more. Let's enjoy the moment. The one time that Badger Enjoyer gets absolutely demolished because we trade equally against Badger, which is insane win, because no card can trade against it normally. Like, this is kind of the fun part, because I'm so insanely happy to kill it, to counter it, and then I'm like, bro, I traded 1 for 1. Like, this is a win against Badger, which shows you how insane this card really is. But now we can go tablet. Bro, don't tell me that was the... Why would you tap? We have Helix and red mana. And the tapper decided, alright, you don't need white. Okay, so the whole point of the play was to play Helix on 2 mana, and I was so excited about it that I just played. And Tapper absolutely destroyed us. By the way, our opponent did nothing except playing Badgers this game. And they're ahead after double counters. Absolutely legit, man. However, we can do stuff. Don't forget they have this, and I think they will play it. So we could get all of the cards, and then together as one and go from there. The game is definitely not over, especially, honestly, because of this tap. Because this wouldn't be in the board, and now we have trouble casting Helix, because it will cost us a lot. We can get all of the cards, so then they are in top deck mode. Hopefully they play this, swing, untap, get the counters, and then we together as one this. This is like 5 damage, and we go from there. I think that's the winning play, or at least we'll try to get it. Wait. We can actually go this. We need to manually tap for this. Double red. We definitely need 1 black. Red. And blue. I think that's the one. And then we have Helix mana. We pay. What? Wait, what? It was double red. Why did it tap more mana? Like, we had the mana. Did I need to manually click the pain cost? What the... Bro, I am not playing against this guy. I'm playing against Tapper this game. I need to watch the replay. I actually don't know what happened. I think what happened is that the game always tries to tap the most mana colors, even if you manually tapped something else. So we need to probably spend mana manually for this. I think we lost at this point. We missed basically 2 turns of plays. I will still try to win. The tap will be good on this one though, because we actually won the most cards and, you know, all this stuff. There is still a small chance we can recover. I would really love to win anyway. Okay, I mean, we have winning cards, we just need to survive until then. So we kill the Badger, so this way they actually can... If we kill the Badger, they actually need to pay real mana for real cards. And they don't know how to do it. they are playing Badgers. They think Everland creates 2 or 3 mana. Anim Pakal. I mean, this is actually really good, because on first turn it's not a good card. It scales. It's more of a late game card for them. So now we can sweep the whole board. We should probably start with Tablet. We will... I'm just checking the mana at this point, because we can hit a land here. Very nice. So let's not pay for it. We have double white and we have 4 mana. We go this, and now this does nothing, because they have no creatures. And we can still cycle cards. Honestly, it's not... You know what? It's stock up. It's stock up. We need Helix to survive and remove... Bro, we still won. We missed 2 plays because of Tapper. Okay, we are taking any land because at this point we just need to make sure we curve out. Honestly, guys, I know I said it many times, but those surveillance are supreme. They are divine. Why? Because... Moment, I need to kill a creature and then we'll continue talking. Die, elf. Anyway, back to the discussion. Early game, if you drop this, you increase your chance to not get mana screwed so much. So much. We'll have to play a sweeper. Guys, do you think we have Bro, like, it's so late game. Like, how are you thinking I can counterspell? You have like turn 2 to counterspell. If you don't hit it immediately, it's just too slow. Hydra already forces lethal, so that means we already need to go for the, you know, big things. And don't forget, we have a tap land here. So we at least now have a chance to draw untapped land and sweep immediately. If not, we need to survive 1 more turn. I have no idea how we will do it. Maybe we keep counterspell and then just make sure they cannot pump Hydra with some weird spell that, you know, puts 4 lands or something. Okay, and now they play land. I was like, they cannot remove the counter because it dies, and then I remembered, oh, they didn't play land for the turn, so this could be a 2-2. But it still slows the growth a lot, so I'm not sure if they want to do it. Oh, they would... Oh, no. Right. They will just make the obnoxious play. That's how we call it. I think we need to draw a land that is untapped. Good at magic. Bro, Just so you know, this decision to draw the right land was the most important part of the whole game. And to be okay, I'll take partial credit for this draw because I think a lot of players would be like, "Oh, No More Ice is a great card, I take it," and then you cannot draw untap land because this is on top, and then you probably would die because I think Hydra would be big enough on the next turn to swing for like probably 8 or 16, probably more like 16. But now, I mean, we can do stuff. I actually want them to pay the mana because they will be tapped fully, and then inevitable defeat will inevitably win this game. Probably, maybe. They need 4 mana to activate, so it's basically 6 mana to activate it fully, and that's a lot. Stock up is amazing, let's not take it. The classic logic. So we could kill this, they might steal Basing Se. It's not bad. Do we do it? We could also go tablet and make sure that, you know, next turn things go right. So they have Sorcerer instant, they need 2 more mana and they can swing for 7. Then what? We cannot kill it with this. I think I will chill. I know it feels a little bit risky because they might have protection spell, but I don't think they want to attack for 3. I think they want to do more before they swing. This has to be a counter spell. And that means they cannot activate the Curator. Wait, they have Artifact Creature for 1 mana, because this is both types. So they can still swing for 7. The classic 2-drop that is 7/7. Honestly, one of the smaller ones in Standard. I mean, Moonshadow is a 7/7 for 1 mana, so here you heavily overpay. Obviously, each card has some, you know, quirk to it, but still, yeah, they can activate it. Or bro, are we actually playing their deck better than them? Guys, I don't want to highlight it. This is Artifact Creature. It gives 2 types. Our opponent has absolutely no idea how to play this, and it doesn't matter because they still have a land, so they can just pay, you know, extra mana. I don't have any. Bro, what's going on? What's going on? And guys, you know, I always meme a little bit about, you know, aggro decks misplaying hard, but I will actually explain to you in a second. We need 3 different. So if we play this, we cannot go defeat. I will tell you exactly, because those decks are so ridiculously powerful, whatever you do with them. Like, you don't need to play the deck well to have insane win rate. And that means that most of the players that plays those decks either are silver players in Diamond and Mythic, and this is why you see those weird misplays, or they just never learn, because you don't really need to learn the deck, you will have insane results anyway. And that's the biggest problem for, in my opinion, with making aggro decks so powerful, because they are not very encouraging to learn the game. And listen, I'm a control player, but I think that midrange is probably like the most fun and healthiest for everyone. I think they have a Snakeskin Veil, by the way, so that's why I'm playing a little bit curiously? Cautiously, that's the word, Sloth. I will still try, because we have 1 target. This way, at least we can make sure that they cannot get it to 7/7. So, you know, even if they protect it, they still lose a little bit. I really think they miss so much value on this. Okay, I will. They lost it. Now we can check. It's an artifact creature. They needed 1 mana, and from Helix and Sorcery, they could get it to 4 out of 4 for 7. And they already paid the mana. Instead of hitting for 3 each turn, they could hit for 7. And then also be more efficient with the mana later. So, insanely good for us. We draw a lot of cards, and we kill the only creature. They still have Basing Se, but we life gain, that's the big deal. We paid 2 life for 5 colors, but it's still worth it. And now we will stop missing lands, you know, all the good stuff will happen. We discard a card. Which one? I would love to play this, but this matchup is so quick, I'm not sure if we will. I probably need to, you know... Okay, I will try. Because there is a chance they pass the turn and have like a lot of pump spells. Then maybe we can land, Omen, and Helix the land that they will reanimate. Because of course if they don't draw anything, that means they get free plays from their lands. You know, the classic. Oh boy. Verge. Hitting face. And this is why it's so important that Together is One, live games. Live game is massive because it basically lets you ignore your opponent for a turn. And you very often need to because you cannot make 2 plays on, 6-drop. So we could get rid of all of the cards and Helix this one when they try to pump. I think it's good enough. Let's go. And after all, we did the... I do not trust Tapper one bit. Blue, white, red, colorless, colorless. And that's the perfect mana. Oh no, we need black. Okay, I will pay life. I will suffer for this play. And that's perfect. With this, I feel you need to manually tap sometimes, especially that game will always default to 5 colors. We can wait. Let's play it later. To 5 colors, because that's how you should be playing this card, right? But sometimes your opponent will have 2 cards. So you don't need to pay so much. So pay attention, because as you probably seen, we get got a few times. And okay, I really hope they will pump this land, but it's fine. And they will get the counter, because when one of the lands dies, then they get the 4th counter and they pump the other one. So, it is what it is. We get rid of this guy. Let's see if they drew Snakeskin. Veil. Right. You can see how but guys, this is the part of the game that should be over since 3 turns. The fact that they can continue playing the game on a single land against a heavy control is kinda freaking wild. Fortunately, we are a very powerful deck, so we generally don't care. This is good, but at this point, they will probably get 1 mana most of the time. We will just go for this. We draw cards, we kill the creature. This way they also cannot get the counters. And I think this will be double pain to get 5 cores, yep. No way they have it. Well, they have a decision. It seems that it is Veil indeed. Because nothing else would hold priority unless it's... Oh, it could be a road. Okay, it's probably a road. But it's okay. They still don't really get too much value out of this. They get some mana, but the counters are all wasted anyway. Which is the most important part. Yep. Free stuff when you lose stuff. Makes sense. And now we go like this. Tablets will be nice. Alright, fortunately. Okay guys, so I will tell you about this deck because some of you might see this as a familiar build. Yes, a huge part of the base for this deck, including the whole land base, because come on, this land base is wild. I took from the Pro Tour deck that we showcased, and I have to say, this was probably my favorite Pro Tour deck. I had so much fun in that video that I needed an excuse to play it again, but I wanted to have something cooler. And Arcane Omens benefits exactly from the same things, and this is probably the best way to use this, because if you make a deck that is all about getting 5 colors, literally for, 3 cards, it just doesn't work very well. But if you combine it with deck that is already doing it, has another insane card that does very similar thing, suddenly you get a freaking powerhouse. And we also modified the original Pro Tour deck a little bit more into best of one that I didn't want to do with original, because if we are showing a professional deck, we are showing a professional deck. But here we play more sweepers, we get more stock up so we can find those big bombs, and especially with this you can find it fast. You go on turn 3, and already on turn 5 you are ready with Arcane Omens, which is exactly where it hits the hardest. You want to play it on curve on turn 5 or even on turn 4. Because don't forget, you have this Tablet of Discovery, so you can drop it on turn 3, untap, and go already with Omens on turn 4 on 5 different colors if you have the right mana. And you should, because we have so many options here. So then it's basically turn 4, discard 5 cards. I'm sorry, most of the decks cannot fight against it. They probably discard the whole hand. They have so little that against our juggernaut of value, you just trade whatever they have on board, and they are full top deck, and they cannot beat you with this. Especially that we added some counter spells, so we have more, control over the game than the original version, from Pro Tour, and we have this whole new game plan. So I really loved it. it is honestly even more fun than together as one version, because being a, and guys, one of the big things, your opponent will never expect it. This card is not very played, which means that very often they will be passive, stacking the threats because they know you want to counter everything. So they keep it in their hand and they stack multiples for this one huge turn when you cannot counter everything. But then you just surprise them with this, and it's over. They need to get rid of all of this. They have nothing, and now they will never recover. That's a very sneaky way to just hit them where it really hurts. So guys, I'm excited for this one. Honestly, I would love to make more videos about it because it was so fun. So tell me in the comments. I will find excuse to play it again if you like it. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all amazing patrons for supporting the content so we can, showcase you basically everything we have right now in Magic, but you don't sit on ladders. So I hope it was very fun to watch, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel, and that's it I have for today. I hope you're entertained. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.